Hidden shadows, the dark side of famous destinations. Every year, millions flock to the world's most iconic landmarks, but beneath their beauty lies a darker side. Secrets, hidden histories, and the consequences of mass tourism remain largely unseen. This is the side of famous tourist spots that most people never experience. The Catacombs of Paris, a city built on bones. Paris, the city of light, known for its elegance, art, and romance. But beneath its cobblestone streets lies a dark and macabre world, the catacombs. This underground labyrinth houses the bones of over 6 million souls, a silent reminder of the city's turbulent past. In the 18th century, Paris faced a crisis. Its cemeteries were overcrowded, overflowing with the remains of the dead. In response, the city's authorities moved the bones into these abandoned quarries beneath the city, creating a vast and eerie network of tunnels that stretches for miles beneath the city streets. Today, the catacombs are a popular tourist attraction, drawing thousands of visitors each year. But while the bone-stacked walls may look like a macabre curiosity, the tunnels have their own dark history. Over the years, many have ventured into these tunnels, some in search of adventure, others in pursuit of history, but not all of them return. The winding passageways have claimed their own, with some even getting lost forever in the darkness. The catacombs, once a resting place for the deceased, are now a chilling reminder that even the most famous landmarks hold secrets and dangers that are often hidden from view. The Great Pyramids of Giza, trapdoors, tunnels, and tomb robbers. Standing tall in the Egyptian desert for over 4,000 years, the Pyramids of Giza are one of the greatest wonders of the world. But behind their grandeur, these ancient structures harbor mysteries that are often overlooked by the millions who visit each year. Despite their fame, much of the pyramids' history remains a mystery. While countless tourists marvel at their size and precision, few are aware of the hidden chambers and passages that lie beneath the stone. In recent years, scans have detected mysterious voids inside the Great Pyramid of Giza, hidden spaces that have yet to be explored. Some believe these voids could lead to undiscovered chambers or perhaps hold answers to ancient secrets. But the real story of the pyramids isn't just about what's hidden inside. It's about what was once hidden from the world. Tomb robbers, who over the centuries looted and desecrated the graves of pharaohs and their treasures. Today, the pyramids face a new threat: mass tourism. The constant influx of visitors and the stress of modernization are slowly eroding the ancient stones. Will the wonders of the pyramids survive the test of time, or will their secrets be lost to the very thing that has made them famous? Tourism? Venice, the drowning city and overtourism. Venice, the jewel of Italy, has long captivated travelers with its romantic canals, ornate architecture, and unique charm. But the city, built on water, faces a crisis that threatens to undo the very beauty that draws millions each year. Venice has become a victim of its own success. Every year, over 20 million tourists flock to the city, often outnumbering the residents themselves. This has caused severe strain on the fragile infrastructure of the city. The canals, once serene, are now overcrowded with gondolas and cruise ships, while the ancient buildings that line them are crumbling under the weight of human traffic. The situation has worsened in recent years, with massive cruise ships passing through the canals, sending waves that erode the stone foundations of Venice's buildings. Some experts predict that in just a few decades, Venice could be uninhabitable due to the damage caused by tourism and the rising sea levels. And it's not just the physical damage. The rise in tourism has driven locals out of the city, unable to afford the rising costs of living. The traditional culture of Venice is slowly being replaced by souvenir shops and mass-market restaurants, catering to the millions of tourists who pass through every year. Venice, once a beacon of cultural richness, now faces the dilemma of how to preserve its heritage while managing the destructive forces of overtourism. Machu Picchu, the strain of fame on a sacred site. High in the Andes Mountains, Machu Picchu stands as one of the greatest achievements of the Inca civilization. A sacred site, it once served as a retreat for Incan rulers. But today, it is one of the most visited destinations in the world, drawing millions of tourists each year. The influx of visitors has taken a toll on this ancient wonder. The delicate stonework, once protected from the elements, is now at risk from the constant foot traffic that has worn down the stones and the natural landscape. To mitigate the damage, authorities have implemented strict visitor quotas, limiting the number of people allowed on the site each day. Despite these efforts, the damage is already done. The once tranquil site is now overcrowded with tourists snapping selfies and climbing ancient steps, where Incan priests once performed rituals. As the crowds grow, the sacredness of Machu Picchu is being overshadowed by its popularity. The very thing that makes Machu Picchu so special, its history and cultural significance, is being compromised by the overwhelming forces of mass tourism. Angkor Wat, sacred stones, and the cost of popularity. Angkor Wat, Cambodia's crown jewel, is one of the largest religious monuments in the world. Originally built as a Hindu temple, it has long been a symbol of national pride and spiritual devotion. Yet in recent years, it has also become one of the most visited archaeological sites in the world. While tourism has brought economic benefits to Cambodia, it has also caused significant damage to Angkor Wat's fragile structures. The sheer number of tourists has led to the erosion of the stone carvings and reliefs, and the intense heat and humidity of the region are beginning to take their toll. Many of the sacred temples within Angkor Wat, once quiet places of worship, are now overrun with crowds. The constant flow of visitors has disrupted the peace and serenity that once defined the site. And the consequences of this mass tourism are far-reaching. Locals are being displaced, and cultural traditions are at risk of disappearing. Angkor Wat, a symbol of Cambodia's past, is now caught in a battle between preservation and profit. Overtourism and its hidden costs. From Venice to Machu Picchu, the story is the same. Overcrowded, underprotected, and increasingly at risk of losing the very qualities that make them famous. These tourist destinations, once symbols of cultural heritage, now stand as cautionary tales of the consequences of overtourism. As travelers, we must recognize our responsibility. Our desire to see the world can sometimes come at a price, not just to the sites we visit, but to the cultures that call them home. With the world's most famous destinations at risk of being destroyed by their own popularity, it's time we rethink how we travel. Respect for these places, for their history, and for the people who live alongside them must become a priority. Conclusion. The wonders of the world have been entrusted to us, not just as visitors, but as stewards. If we continue to visit these iconic destinations with little thought for their preservation, we risk losing them forever. Let us travel with care, with respect, and with an understanding that the real beauty of these places lies not only in their splendor, but in their survival. For more on responsible tourism and the untold stories behind the world's most famous landmarks, join us in exploring the hidden side of our favorite destinations.